stages. This is the pre-interview stage, the intra-interview stage, and the post. Hello, beautiful people. How you all doing? Welcome to the Express channel, where we speak on relocation. We talk about visa, job opportunities, and basically anything abroad. My name is Stella, and in Express channel we keep everything real and simple. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to prepare for an interview and how to get that job. Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about. Previously we spoke on tips on how to get like at least a job interview and how to prepare for that job interview. We talked about that previously. So today we're going to talk about how to actually prepare for this interview once you've gotten past the application process. Now, if you are new to this channel, I always advise to click that subscribe button and that notification button, so whenever we upload videos like this, you will be among the first ones to be notified. All right, and to the subscribing subscriber, you know I love you all. Thank you so much for being with us as we are going together. Now let's get started. Welcome back, people. So we're going to be talking about how to prepare for interviews, right? And we've divided this into 3 stages. So this is the pre-interview stage, the intra-interview stage, and the post-interview stage. So what happens in the pre-interview stage? In this stage, you need to get prepared, right? So you're going to be looking at the job description, the job specification, the job role. Now read through this, understand what this company are looking for, and compare this to your CV. Okay, so you need to take this together and put them with your CV, because this is what the company are expecting you to do. They want your experience to be aligned with what they are expecting in that role. So if you have been able to successfully do this, you have passed the first mark. All right, now secondly, during this pre-interview stage, what you should be doing is browsing on the company itself. Yes, you need to browse on the company, understand this company, because they could ask you questions like, what could you bring to the table? Now let's talk about in a hospital setting. A particular hospital are focused on infection and control, and you could just say something like, oh yeah, I had a degree in infection and control and I had a certificate, and I noticed that the hospital is focused on this, so I believe that I'll be contributing more. I'll also be developing on various routes or ways one can also improve on the infection and control in that particular hospital. So these are ways. So these are why we say you should browse on that hospital and look at their policy, look at their goals in that hospital. So, oh sorry, not hospital now, sorry, the goals in that company, so that you can focus and direct your preparation towards that. Now on the day of the interview, let's talk about the environment. Ensure that the environment you have is quiet, is one that's quiet, is one that is neat, free from clusters, and has good lighting. This has a way of reducing distractions during the interview. Also, if you're doing the interview online, you want to ensure that you have a good internet. And if your phone, your system is faulty, you can also use your phone, like using there are several apps one can use to do interview these days. You can use Google Meet, you can use Microsoft. So just let the company you're going to have the interview know, and they will tell you on how to get ready for this day. All right, yeah. So next thing you should do is to browse on various questions or various interview questions for that role. Let's say you are a tech person, you're an engineer, just go online, check possible questions they could ask during an interview. look at the answers and see how you can relate it to your personal experience. So because if you are prepared this way, during the day of the interview you won't be shocked, because you already know these are the type of questions that they could ask. You understand? So these are the ways you get prepared. Now, intra interview, there's something and there's a tip I normally use, and I got this from a friend. He says, look at the interviewer as a friend, or as your mom, or as your father, or as your family member, because then these are people you are free to relate with. So if you look at those people like that, you will be much calmer during the interview. And if you could smile, I don't mean you should like overblow it over the roof, like keep smiling, but smiling has a way of making you feel calm and calming your nerves, and then you could speak more confidently. You don't need to rush. All right, if possible, speak slowly. Yeah, because speaking slowly you can think and say, okay, what do I have to say now? What is the possible answer to this question that they are asking you? All right, so let's say you've been asked a possible question. I will always advise, say, oh, thank you very much for this question. Now while you're saying thank you, your mind is already thinking, how do I start this? How do I start this? Thank you very much for this question, and then you kick off with your answer slowly and progress while smiling, and then they tend to understand what you're talking about. Okay, now another tip you should do is ensure that when you're talking you are putting in the key points. All right, if you can emphasize those key points, it's very important. You're putting in the key points while you're talking. Let's say they are focused on infection, say, oh yeah, so this is a infection. So just key points is very important, so they could see that this person has a way or has something to bring to the company. All right, now another thing you could do during the interview stage is that whenever they ask you a question, you can relate it to your personal experience. Now it's not a must you must do a very big thing, but people don't know things that are very little matters. Little things really matter. So I like to talk about the let me use the quickest one. They ask you, how are you caring towards customers? All right, and you could remember in different ways you've been caring in little things here, like as much as even helping the customer to go to meet the manager to help sort a particular problem. Create relatable problem that you see every day in your life. Ensure that you are giving examples, because when you give examples, all right, and you are relating it to something that is an everyday life, something as simple as possible, you stand a greater chance of getting that job. All right, so next they're going to ask you questions like what further questions do you have for the company today? Don't say nothing or keep quiet. No, don't do that. Ask questions like, okay, your company, I can see that in your company you guys do this, you guys do that. How do you do this to improve the employee? It will make them understand that, oh, this person is actually interested in the development of the company. Do you understand? So these are ways to catch the interest and make yourself unique from other people during an interview. Do you understand? So these are various tips. Now after the interview stage, what do you do? After the interview, always ensure you do like a follow-up. Let's say you finish the interview today, you send the message, oh, thank you for your time today, the interview was very good, I'll be expecting your feedback. It's very important, because this also makes you stand out from every other person. And let's say unfortunately you don't get that interview, always try to send a message to that company asking them, oh, could you please let me know where I did wrong, so that during the next interview or in the nearest future you will be able to improve yourself in preparation for other job opening. Now if you believe that this video has been helpful to you, I'll always say subscribe or like, and also click the notification button to get videos like this. Thank you for today, and bye for now. Bye.